Hey guys, so I'm here today to do another foundation rewind video for you. Today I will be reviewing the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick Foundation. I'm in the shade 115 R230. It's a beautiful light shade that has pink undertones. I love that they have an R line. I feel like a lot of foundations, when it comes to fair people, only have warm undertones, and that's too yellow for me. This foundation retails for $52 Canadian on the Sephora website, and it has 20 shades. But I believe it probably has more on the Makeup Forever website. Like, I feel like 20 isn't enough, and I feel like Makeup Forever has such a nice shade range that it just might be a shitty shade range on the Sephora website. So this foundation says that it is a medium coverage foundation, good for all skin types with a natural finish. It's a long-lasting, multitasking cover stick with invisible coverage for foundation touch-ups and contouring. This has been one of my favorite foundations for a long time. This is my second one of these, but I haven't used it in probably over 6 months. So I'm trying to figure out which foundations I should be bringing on my trip to New Orleans. So I wanted to test this one out before I went. So if you want to see me apply this foundation, then keep watching. Okay, so I've been having a little bit of issue lately with my foundation separating. So I will be using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick today. This has been one of my favorites forever, but I haven't used it in a really long time. So I want to do a test and wear test. I think the culprit for the foundation separating is the Hangover RX 3-in-1 primer and setting spray. Sometimes these really hydrating primers or setting sprays I overuse. There's a hair on my face. Sometimes these hydrating setting sprays I overuse, and then it is because there is some oil in them, because they're so hydrating, they separate. So I'm not going to use that setting spray today, but I am also splitting my primers on my face. I have the Too Faced Hangover RX primer on this side of my face and the Smashbox Photo Finish primer on this side of my face. I'm a little concerned that this one might also be part of the culprit, but I don't know. It's hard for me to figure it out. I also didn't put an oil on my skin over top of my moisturizer today because I'm worried that maybe the oil's interacting with my skin. We're having issues, but I still wanted to film this video, so we're doing it. So I have the shade 115 equals R30, and I literally just paint this baby all over my face. I want you to see that before you blend this in, it highlights all of your pores and looks terrifying, but that's temporary, so don't panic. I'm gonna blend that out with a beauty blender. So this is one layer, pretty decent coverage. I guess I would call this like everyone says this stick foundation is full coverage, but I would call it like a medium buildable coverage, and I'm gonna go through and add more coverage in my areas of hyperpigmentation, or everywhere. So this is about 1.5 layers of foundation. I just think my skin looks healthy and fresh, but also covered. Let's zoom. This foundation actually isn't settling into the lines in my forehead, which is basically a miracle. If you've watched any of my other videos like this, everything settles into my fine lines in my forehead, but this baby's working. So I'm just gonna finish my face and I will be back. Okay, so my face is fully on. I set with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in Light Plus, like always. And I set my face with MAC Fix Plus, and then I used the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I'm really digging my eyeshadow today. I literally just used the lime green from the Kat Von D Saint and Sinner palette and nothing else. I don't know how I feel about this lip with it, but we're doing it. Let me zoom you in and show you my face. I feel like my skin looks really smooth and glowy, looks like a little natural. I mean, obviously it looks like I'm wearing makeup. It's definitely a makeup-y. It feels a little sticky still, but nothing bad. Foundation or bronzer and contour blended over it nicely. It's settling into my lines in my forehead a little bit now that it's been on for a bit. It's now 12:17, but I'm gonna call the check-in time 12 o'clock because I know I finished my foundation before that, but I took forever to do my eyeshadow because I got mascara all under this eye. Dreams. So this is what the foundation looks like right now. I'm really liking it. I will be back in a few hours to do my first check-in. Hey guys, it is 5 p.m. My phone's not in here, so you're just gonna have to trust me. This has been on my face for 5 hours, wanted to do a check-in. Took my lipstick off because I'm lazy and it was bugging me. I think overall, I'm just gonna look at my mirror over here. Everything looks pretty much the same. It has settled into my fine lines, my forehead a little bit more, but like overall, I think it looks really nice on my skin. And I did use 2 different primers, but I don't notice a difference between either side. It's settling a little bit in this line of my chin here, but that's pretty normal. Cheeks look fine. I have lines in my forehead, everything settles there. I mean, overall, I still think everything looks pretty decent. My skin still looks covered. Nothing looks cakey or gross yet. I still have that, like, life-like finish to my foundation. It does feel like you're wearing makeup. I'm not gonna lie to you. It feels a little heavy on the skin, but I'm kind of used to that. And I really like it. I feel like I have like a dewiness in my forehead, which is nice. I feel like if it wasn't a glowy foundation, it could look a little cakey in the forehead area, but it's looking nice, to be honest. So we are 5 hours in. I will probably do like a 10-hour wear test today and come back at 10 p.m. and show you guys what my face looks like and then go to bed. But 5 hours in, I'm feeling it. Feeling the foundation. Hey guys. So it is currently 9:57 at night, and that is close enough to 10 o'clock for me. This has been on my face for 10 hours. I looked at it in the mirror and I was like, oh my god, it doesn't look great. But then I'm also like, okay, Kayla, it's been on for 10 hours. Relax yourself. It's worn off a lot on my chin. I did eat tacos for dinner though, so like, shit happens. It looks a little cakey on my forehead, but like other than that, I think for 10 hours it still looks pretty good. Like from afar, you really can't tell it looks all that bad. Like I still have some nice glow on my forehead, which I like. It's settled a bit in my lines on my forehead, but I mean, I'll take a glow. Blush and highlighter still on. Like overall, it's not bad. This is one of my favorite go-to foundations, and I think it looks nice. I mean, after doing 4 of these videos, I kind of think that no foundation looks good after a few hours on the Zoom. Like at first I thought I just hated every foundation, but now I'm thinking 10 hours is a long time, and like, it's foundation. It's not supposed to look good on your skin for that long. Like my cheeks look fine. And I did use 2 separate primers and I really can't find a different. I think maybe this side looks a little bit nicer. Like my forehead is a little clingy in areas, but I mean for 10 hours, it's not bad. And it has like a nice glow to it that I'm really feeling. Like I thought I put maybe highlight in my forehead, but I didn't. I just put foundation and concealer there, so that's nice. So this is what we look like after 10 hours. All in all, I'd say it's not bad. I'm really feeling this eyeshadow look today. And I also really want to take my face off and put a face mask on because I'm getting my period, so I'm trying to preemptive that. So overall, I really do love the Makeup Forever HD foundation. I think it lasts pretty well. It wore off around my nose and mouth. I've been sick for like, whenever I get sick, I have a runny nose for like a month after. It's just who I am as a person, so runny nose, get ready for that to be in every video upcoming. My chin area, I think in general, is just an area on my face that won't stay. It separates a little bit and looks not great, but I mean, for 10 hours, this looks nice. I'd be happy with this after 10 hours. And I think if you just took like a sponge and just kind of like wet it and blended it out, it would look so much nicer. This is not wet. Did I use a sponge today? Yeah, but it was 10 hours ago. Duh, Kayla. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think of the Makeup Forever HD Stick Foundation. I'm thinking of bringing it on my trip with me just because it'd be so easy to travel with, but I'm also thinking of bringing like 4 different foundations because I'm a psychopath. Get ready for that what's in my travel bag video. It's gonna be a nightmare. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.